So, did anyone else report that there was a press conference going on today? Or is my PBC friends and allies, I'm not going to call them all friends, right? But, we haven't seen each other in years. But, they believe in my platform and they want me to speak out. Probably Tay Jones did. That's his boy. Shout out to my boy Tay. Maybe Blue Blood, because, him and Wilder and Tay are like that. So outside of them, and I haven't spoken to Blue Blood or Tay, but outside of them, and I ain't spoke to Wilder since 2021, I speak to him vicariously through Tay. So, love that dude. But on the real deal, Holyfield. Oh man, Wilder is in the UK for a big press conference. Hopefully Jerome Miller don't blow it. Jerome, don't blow it, dog. I'm gonna do a separate video on that, because I think we got to get rid of this street culture on this here internet. Everybody's a tough guy. Everybody own a gun. Everyone's a black belt. I don't even think about violence when I leave my house, because I'm cognizant of moving so I don't accrue violence. Yeah. So I put myself in position where I feel safe, Hence, well, you can only back into a charging station, but since if I had the option, I would park backwards. You get what I'm saying? So, but anyways, man, and why did I choose this charging station? Because there's a police station right behind me. There's City Hall on the other side, so that's why I chose this. So you always forward thinking. You'll never see a grown man 9 times out of 10 getting into a fight and his wife is sitting right there. Rarely happens, because they're always thinking ahead, 2 hours ahead, 3 hours. But I'm gonna do a video on Jerome Miller later, and hopefully it gets to him. But Wilder did something, and I don't know the particulars. This is just an hypothesis on my part. That's all it is. It's an hypothesis. I ain't spoke to Wilder. I ain't spoke to nobody, but this is just me thinking, as I told you guys a few months back. And for those of you guys that are anti-Wilder, I know we got anti-Wilder, anti-LDBC, anti-black, anti-racism, pro-racism, all that. Let's just talk about a fighter making a move. This is the first PBC fighter. The first. I don't know if Shelly Finkel was there. I ain't watched the press conference. Hopefully Shelly Finkel isn't there. If he is, that's a Wilder decision. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I've said this privately. I've never said this publicly. I've never trusted Shelly Finkel a day in my life. It's just me. I don't trust nobody per se. I'm so independent that I believe I can do most things on my own. Like, I'm going around, you guys can't see what's in my trunk, but I got a whole bunch of tools and underneath. So I'm going by and fixing some small stuff on the property. So prevention is always better than the cure, right? I believe I can do most things. And if I don't, they got YouTube University for it, right? But, and I'm not speaking on Wilder and Shelly Finkel's relationship. I'm talking about me personally. I came in the game on the opposite side. So you guys know, I worked for Don King's newspaper via Ken Miller, who's my editor, who I love dearly. And Bermaine Stavern was a WBC champion at the time. So my journalism was pro, how you say it? Pro Don King, let's put it like that. And if you go back to my old videos, you'll see it. I was employed by them, right? And with that being said, I got to see the other side of PBC and Shelly Finkel, and because I was seeing it through their lens. And then, I saw it through PBC's eyes, Al Heyman's eyes, and I thought Don King was right. Don King was wrong and right at both times, and so on and so forth. And Al Heyman, he's wrong and right at the same time. And now I get to see it since 2019. I get to see it through the truth. through my eyes. 2018 or 2019, you guys are 2018, May 2018, right? Gary Russell versus JoJo Diaz. That weekend is when I woke up, whatever weekend that was. And I started seeing things for what it was. Shelly Finkel wants to keep himself in business. Allegedly, he has created ties with many other to keep himself in business and to keep fighters away from each other. But unbeknownst to the fighters, you know, because I saw that side working with Don King. And then when I thought Al Heyman was on the up and up, I saw the other side, you know. So, and all this is alleged, you know what I mean? So moving forward, I'm glad Deontay Wilder. I just went to Instagram. It was one of the first videos I saw. I saw him and his brothers. I don't want to downgrade him and say his team because, you know, they've been together since day one. Tay. I haven't seen Chris lately, but I don't know what's going on there, but I'll just digress. Hopefully all is well there. And I'm glad Wilder is going to open the door. I'm so glad. You know what I mean? Because me personally, I thought PBC was the land of milk and honey. I thought it was the promised land. You know, in some respects, I thought Al Heyman was Moses. You know, and I thought he was going to do right. But, you know, he got to stay in business. He done cut. He never put up. Man, listen, I've done enough on that. But the point I want to make is Wilder is over there. And understand this. Jarrell Big. I'm going to do a separate video on that. But I'm just happy. He opens the floodgates. So now people can go and have an option. You know, go get your money. Stop being loyal to people who are loyal to money. Stop being loyal to people who are loyal to money. I repeat, stop being loyal to people who are loyal to money. You know what I mean? And I'm buying this pay-per-view. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I am buying this pay-per-view. I'm very interested in Anthony Joshua. I'm very interested. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm very interested in the commentating. I'm very interested in the presentation of, is it a segue for heavyweight boxing? Or I'm very interested because I know they only can do seasonal fighting because I don't know, maybe I should go to weather.com, but the temperatures are very extreme. Like a few months out of the year, you can't go outside because temperatures are so hot. I don't know that, but I just hear it just, you know, just living. But y'all can tell me in the comment section. And so I'm very excited to see how logistically this works. I'm happy for Wilder. Wilder is good for boxing, love it or hate him. Anthony Joshua is good for boxing. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, if he's mature, is good for boxing. It works, man. It works. And it's going to be, they're going to promote Usyk and Fury, so I'm sure they'll be there. It's just beautiful, man. I like it when it's like the old HBO days when you had the co-main event and the main event, which led to them, the winners, fighting 3 or 4 months down the line. Like, I like when it's predictable. I like when there's a schedule. I like to know that I have practice at 3:30 today, and I like to know I have a game tomorrow at 4:15. I like that. I'm sorry I'm stuffed up, but I feel so much better. I've been like this. I traveled for the first time in 3 years. I was on a plane collectively for 10 hours. So I think that played a huge part in it, and I'm filtering the stuff out of me. So, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy because at the end of the day, I have an affinity for all those men at PBC. Like, it comes off weird. I only can tell the truth one way. I'm only built that way. I don't sugarcoat it in my house. Dre has a deadline by 12 to get me the paperwork to send to the VA for one of my tenants, not 12:01. I'm going to call her I'm not even going to call her. I'm going to expect a CC email sending the paperwork to the VA because one of my tenants lost his job and he applied to the VA and he's a former thing, so they got to show proof that I'm the landlord, and I got to send them a W-9 and all that. So I expect to be CC'd by noon. It's just simply That's it. So that's how I live my life in the Hawthorne household. We don't say maybe, if. We don't talk in metaphors. We say I love you every day. We say we can get better every day. I called Dre this morning. I'm going to tell you guys how Dre and I talk. I said, Dre, I'm 46. You're 43 soon. And I said, this second half of our life, we worked so hard the first half of our life. Let's just enjoy the second half. Let's just enjoy it. We've had over the last 3 months, we've had some family stuff come up. Not family problems, but just people going to heaven, and so we've had to cathartically work our way through those things real recently. So I don't need no condolences. That's why I don't talk about that stuff online. I don't celebrate my birthday online. I don't need no happy birthdays. I don't need no cash apps. No, that's the other YouTubers. I don't need that for validation or to feel appreciated. I have 3 people in my house that loves me. And I know I'm drifting off and on, but I said that to make a point. I told Dre, I said, let's just enjoy the second half of our life. I don't know who's going to go first. Let's just enjoy it. Let's enjoy our kids. We've made some unrealistic sacrifices that has become our reality. Dre through med school. I hustled my way to get to this point. I've had every job. I've worked for free. And now I'm in a position where I can literally just volunteer to my community and be free, As individuals, we're millionaires apart from each other. So financially, like, she does her thing over there, I do my thing, but we don't live life like that. But I'm saying money isn't the issue anymore. We don't have to hustle. So I called her this morning. She was on call, and she had a rough night because she deals with kids with cancer every night. She's a pediatrician, as many of you know. And I told her, I said, man, let's just enjoy life. Because we've been crying a lot, hugging a lot. We've been in a lot of pain. And I said, let's just enjoy life, man. I know life is hard, but it's easy from this point out. It's easy. Let's just cut the bullshit. We don't have no interest to pay besides our mortgages, and our kids are healthy. Our kids are fine. Let's just enjoy life. Literally do what you want to do. You only work 10 days a month. Literally, you got 20 days a month to literally do what you want to do. Just do it. And I said all that, say, y'all be free. Wilder said he did it his way. I'm happy for the brother, man. I am elated. When I say I am elated, I am elated. Like, I sit back and I watch Teofimo Lopez. I'm happy at what he's doing. Because, yeah, Teofimo Lopez is a little bit extreme. So am I. He does it in a different way. He's a little bit off cadence. But that's the ticker. Wilder does it his own way. I appreciate that, man. I just want all y'all fighters to wake up. You know what I mean? And go get your bag. Go get your bag. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I never said having a job is a terrible thing. I always say 30% of your life needs to be independent of anyone else. I said 30%. So, so you can survive regardless of what happens with what goes on with other people. And now the young man is in position, got 6 minutes left, to do what he want to do. Like, go get that money. Like, I don't understand NBA athletes. Go get the guaranteed money. Build your universe outside of the NBA so you can literally be free. Your job, if you've ever spoken to me one-on-one, I tell you guys, I've said it in videos, not as of recent history, but your primary job is your primary investor. It's not your livelihood. No one wants to be at one job for 30 years. Not really. You want to move on, you want to elevate. I'm talking about just literally sitting at a desk doing that job. You want to elevate. Maybe you want to change schools. Maybe you want to go to a bigger office or a bigger cubicle. I don't know what your goals are, but I'm rambling to some of y'all right now, and I'm making a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people, but I couldn't be more proud. The first PBC fighter to go outside the bubble. The first. And hopefully it's more, because you guys got to think like Bill Haney. Shout out to Bill Haney. We disagree on a whole lot of stuff. There's two things that we don't disagree on: a level of independence, going to get your own, and fatherhood. He done been with all of them. Showtime, DAZN twice, Top Rank. And he's active. That's why y'all got to be the Tank Davises, the Earl Spence, the Gary Russells, Leo Santa Cruzes. I got to make it racially ambiguous, this statement, right? But I want y'all all to win, man, because I have a great affinity for y'all. I done rambled enough. 15 minutes is long enough. And I got I got to get this Jarrell Big Baby Miller video. I got 5 minutes. Maybe I can get it in now, but I think it's important for young men. I think I'm gonna do it while I'm driving, because I gotta make some. I'm gonna do it while I'm driving. I gotta go to my mailbox. I gotta go buy a property. I gotta get my beard done, because I'll be missing this spot right here. But anyways, life is great, man. At the end of the day, life is great. Ups and downs, lefts and rights. Life is great. Y'all have a beautiful day, and congratulations to Wilder, who's the next PBC fighter. That's all. I'm gone. Peace.